Casey's Audio Vault.
Care Failure from Die Mannequin.
November 26th, 2009.
Hi there.
How's it going today?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Where are you phoning from?
Actually, I was going to say Canmore, but we have to pull over on the side of the road because the trucks are flipping in the snow and stuff. So we're in a town called Golden.
Okay, so the roads are a little bit wacky right now?
Yeah, to say the least.
Well, you've got a bit of a more intimate show Monday night at the Park Theater. Do you like the smaller stages getting a little bit closer to the audience?
Yeah, I definitely like that. I mean, it's just less, height for me to jump from, so I like the intensity. Last night, 2 nights ago, was the first show on the tour, which is usually, pretty shaky, but it was actually really strong, like pretty formidable. There's a bunch of wacky girls on stage that bit me. I was like teeth marks all over me, but it was a hoot.
So you were getting bitten and that was A-okay with you?
Oh, definitely. But I think I'm a cesspool now, swimming with disease since every girl decided to stick their tongue down my throat as they left the stage.
Do you have your H1N1 shot?
I know. That's what's worrying me. I have like a horrible throat throat, as you can probably tell.
Have you ever had to get physical with somebody on stage? Maybe it was an unwanted grope?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of the singers have chipped front teeth from microphones not being taped down, and people in the front, they get a bit wild, and the mic swings, and it hits you a lot. So I have a lot of chips. And this one guy was doing it, and that didn't really bother me. I mean, that just happened. It's not their fault. But then he started, he kept peeling my leg up. It's on YouTube somewhere. And he did it so many times, we were getting really close to the vaginal area. So I gave him a big Steve-O kick in the face, and then he got taken away. But he was just drunk, which I found out later, and was actually a real fan. But yeah, still get a little carried away. The girls do too, but for some reason, I don't know, maybe they'll think I'm a lesbian. I kind of wish I was now, because they're really cute. Like a Cinderella lesbian, once the clock starts midnight, instead of turning into a pumpkin, I turn into a lesbian instead. That was pretty cool, but unfortunately, it's not the case.
So you'd probably do rather well as a lesbian.
You think? I think that my life would make more sense if I was one. But, me and Anthony just celebrated our 6-year anniversary 4 days ago, so it doesn't look like we're going anywhere.
And he's okay with you kissing girls on stage?
Oh, I pawned them off to him.
Okay.
Try to escape.
That's a modern relationship you have there.
How else are you going to stick together for more than 6 years? They have a lot of trust. Yeah, this girl in particular, this one, she kept trying to force her tongue in her nose, and when you don't want to kiss someone, the thing that you do is this kind of thing. And so I kind of ended up just spitting on her, and so it's really unsexy. And I think the same thing happened to Tony, where she just kept bugging me all night, harassing me. God love her, But I was like, go ask Tony. If he says you can make out with him, it's all cool. And then I just ducked out and ran away. So he's a good follow for that.
Over the past couple of years, have you been staying at nicer hotels? Have you been getting better meals and all of that?
No, not at all. But in Europe, in Germany, especially in Scandinavian countries, it's a whole different experience touring. They cook for you at the venue once or twice, like a big meal, and it's just standard to have. They have a big deli spread, and so that's always different. And when we are in Europe, we're driving to different countries every day. We do take a bus instead of a van, so we slum it a bit more. In Canada, we do it all in a van just to keep costs low.
What do you guys like better? Is it craft dinner or sidekicks or Michelinas?
Anything that's the fastest, so probably something microwavable, but there's never a microwave. So I was eating a raw tofu hot dog last night. It's cold. That was pretty good.
So Pheno Plus Bleed is out, and you're already working on the second single. Does it feel nice getting on the road and performing these for everybody?
Yeah, definitely. Especially when we're doing our own tour, because people are showing up for you, and it's great. All these fabulous opening tours that we get, for these really big bands and everything. But there's something to be said about going out on your own and having people that are going to be showing up for you only and singing along. They were singing so loudly last night it was overpowering me, and was actually really cool because, you know, we've had that happen a bit, but we haven't had it happen where it was that loud before.
Well, you got a little help from Rain Maida and Chantal Kraviazik on the new single, Dead Honey. Was that something that you wanted to do?
I mean, not for this song, but you know, they gave me about a month to do this record, and the labels, they think that it's a great idea if they send you around to a bunch of writers because they think you're just going to belt out a bunch of hits. But, you know, like, it's cool because you get to learn, like, different people's styles and everything, like, about writing, and it's, like, owning your craft, quote-unquote. But for me, it's just all about, like, learning how to write a good song and, you know, being more bulletproof and dangerous songwriter. Now, that being said, yeah, like, before I met Rain and Chantal, I was kind of a bit skeptical just because I'd only known them through the media. I mean, I know they write some good music, but I didn't know what it would have to do with me. But when I met them, just their personalities, like, I fell in love. Like, Chantal was, like, 9 months pregnant and swearing and awesome and a great mom and just so funny and hysterical. And Rain he has, like, a really big passion for really cool music. And it's funny, it's like you can't control what kind of music kind of comes out of you, but you'd be surprised, like, the shit that Rain's into. Like, he loves the Pixies and all this, you know, heavy kind of stuff and cool things. And I actually wanted to stay at their place, and they allowed me to. It's really nice of them, and we hung out. But this is the thing I've learned is I actually write the songs, and so it's kind of pointless to be sent around to writers because all you have to end up doing is give away percentages of your songs, which is, you know, how you get paid as a songwriter. And so I kept getting these comments, or I guess compliments, I humbly say this, but they kept saying, like, oh, wow, this is ridiculous. You're the only person that's ever written, like, since Pink. Usually, like, with artists, like Avril Lavigne and etc., what writers do is they write a song for them as they sit there texting people on their BlackBerries and give them 20% of it, so hoping that it will get on the record and hoping that songwriters will get paid. And then instead with me, I actually go in and write everything. So it was cool because I got to learn a lot of stuff and meet these, you know, really great people. But, you know, I'm starting to figure out that it's kind of a rip-off for me since I do so much work, you know, like I wrote that whole song. There's a tiny little, I won't even get too specific, but the tiniest thing that was contributed, and then all of a sudden, you know, I'm giving away a lot of my percentage. So, yeah, so I have mixed feelings about it. But I think that whenever people get in a room to create music and they're on a cool way, but it's always really cool. I like the process a lot, and I'm kind of addicted to it.
Well, we're looking forward to the show. It's Monday night at the Park Theater. Care Failure, thanks so much for coming on the Rock Report.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it, and, you know, keep on with the massacre. Keep on playing bad music for me.
All the interviews you want on iTunes and at Power97.com. Casey's Audio Vault.
Casey Norman is Power 97's music director and can be heard every weekday from 2 till 6 in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Power 97 is Winnipeg's best rock.